Okay, everybody, calm down. I'll talk about Trump getting shot at. I was at my bachelor party when it happened. It was a really inconvenient time for me. But I did hear about it right away, and my first thought was, oh shit, John Hinckley is a free man. And then I heard that the shooter missed, and I was like, shit, John Hinckley is a free man. But in all seriousness, my first reaction was I was like really, truly, deeply indifferent. Like, what fucking difference does it make anymore? To get a president getting shot at is a major historical event in most timelines, but this timeline is just another fucking Tuesday. I'm honestly surprised it took this long. Have you ever met a more shootable person? The fact that none of his ex-wives tried shooting him long before he ever ran for president is what's really baffling to me. Have you ever looked into Melania's cold dead eyes? She's definitely thought about it. Honestly, the biggest impact this is gonna have on any of our lives is that it's gonna make our news feeds unbearable for the next couple weeks with really bad memes and dumb conspiracy theories. I've already noticed that every drunk uncle and high school dropout who's never made it more than 6 miles from the trailer park they grew up in is suddenly a ballistics and security expert. And how does both sides have the same fucking conspiracy theories that it was staged, but somehow think it means something different? And guys, do not listen and repeat these conspiracies. They are stupid. Every single one of them I've heard so far is so stupid. And nobody's gonna crack this case wide open in a meme. There's plenty of people with motivation to try something like this. Like, you know, most of the world. Hell, Jodie Foster's still alive. The chances that the gunman was trying to impress her is not zero. It wouldn't be the first time that somebody failed to assassinate a president in her honor. And speaking of failing, why do these people never pick the right gun? Hinckley's out there with a budget 22 trying to assassinate a president, and then this dumbass takes an AR for a 150-yard shot at a moving target. This was your big moment, guys. Why didn't you pick a bigger gun? Honestly, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sure this whole take is a big letdown. I just don't see what fucking difference it makes. What's it gonna change in the grand scheme of this election and our nation's future? Sure, his base is going to be more emboldened, but they were emboldened by him shitting himself in court, and they started wearing diapers. It doesn't take much to embolden them. If you weren't going to vote for him, is a little boo-boo on his ear and him cringily making Secret Service stop so he could give a fist bump for a photo op going to change your vote now all of a sudden? God, I fucking hope not. Like if Dollar Tree Lee Harvey had his back up on the grassy knoll or went with Granddaddy's 30-06 rather than Daddy's AR and was able to finish the fucking job, it'd be a different story, right? Then obviously Trump would no longer be in the race. That'd be a big development. And, you know, his base would probably throw a bit of a violent fit and try shitting on Nancy Pelosi's desk again or something. I guess we could ponder the question of if it would have been better or worse if our Elmer Fudd had a little bit more Annie Oakley in him. Obviously, there's a lot of people who wouldn't have lost a wink of sleep if he hadn't walked off the stage that day. But then I've heard other people argue that had the assassination attempt been successful, his base would have, like, erupted in political violence and it would have been worse. But worse than what? They already tried overthrowing the government because he lost an election. They've driven cars through groups of protesters. They haven't exactly been, you know, Buddhist monks through this whole experience. God, could you imagine if they just took a vow of silence? How nice that would be. And yes, I'm sure that they would have had some violent tantrums as a result. But then what? There's no one to fill the Trump void. Everything about them just hinges on them being weirdly obsessed with one dude, and you remove that dude, there's nothing for them to galvanize around. There's no plan of succession, and they're definitely not an overly organized group. I feel like it would have been a bumpy ride through an unprecedented election, which is, you know, par for the fucking course. But I fail to see how it could have made anything any worse. And I can certainly see some, you know, potential improvements. But, you know, that's a different timeline, not the one we're on. That didn't happen for us, and I think in the grand scheme, this changes nothing.